Welcome to a Prevent Connect podcast, where we explore the prevention of violence against women. This is a project of the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault.
Hi, this is David Lee from Prevent Connect, and I am here with Christine Chang and Annie Lyles from Prevention Institute. And Prevent Connect and Prevention Institute work together on our web conferences, and we're really excited as we are developing the web conference topics that we'll be doing in 2010. So let's talk about what's the theme of these conferences.
Yeah, we're really excited to kind of unveil the theme for this year. This is the first year that Christine and I have worked on the project together, so we're bringing some new energy, some new ideas, and we're going to really focus on the norms and changing norms to prevent sexual violence and intimate partner violence. So we're broadening kind of our focus a little bit, and we're going to really focus on translating kind of the experiences and the behavior shapers in a community to kind of on the ground outcomes. And that's what we'll be focusing on and highlighting some folks that are doing the work and also some of the background on kind of what they've learned.
Great. Christine, can you talk about what some of the foundations that we will be building this series on?
Well, we've done some past web conferences and discussed a lot of different things surrounding sexual violence and intimate partner violence and violence against women in general. Main ones primarily being the web conferences that we've done on the spectrum of prevention. Well, the spectrum of prevention is a comprehensive approach that Prevention Institute has come up with, and that basically means identifying the different levels at which you need to approach any health issue to make sure that primary prevention, preventing an issue before it actually occurs, takes place. And that means strengthening individual knowledge and skills, educating the community, educating providers, fostering coalitions and networks, changing organizational practices, and ultimately influencing policy and legislation. So we did a really fun and informational webinar on that, and we also did one on changing norms surrounding domestic violence and violence against women.
On preventconnect.org, you will find available a link to a short, it's about an 8-minute presentation about the spectrum of prevention, and then we'll also be talking about changing norms. And Annie, can you talk about what the different norms are and what the topics are going to be this year that we're going to be reviewing?
Absolutely. So we're really honored to kind of be able to be a part of this community. Prevention Connection just feels like home, where folks that are really focused on prevention and often we're by ourselves in silos can come together and really exchange ideas. So we chose some broad kind of categories for this year around norms. If you're familiar with our work, and hopefully you've gone and looked at the background piece David's prepared on norms, that we talk about 5 norms at Prevention Institute. So one is a culture of violence. The second one is traditional masculinity. Limited roles for women is the third one. The fourth one is the value placed on power and control. And we were just joking about this as compared to shared outcomes, power sharing, consensus building. So that kind of focus on power and control over others. And there's some real interesting things that are coming up out of the feminist movement out of that, and kind of we were joking about the word empowerment and the connotation. So lots to work there. And then the last one is really about countering secrecy and privacy through norms change. And so thinking about what we do with bystanders and how we even frame the issue of violence and intimate partner violence and sexual violence. So those are the 5 main topics that we'll be focusing on over the course of the series.
So starting in March 2010, we'll be having web conferences. Sign up quickly. We will record them, so it will be available if you're not available to join us. And we're really looking forward to being able to continue to build the community of practice, the community of people who are interested in the prevention of intimate partner violence, domestic violence, and sexual assault. So Christine and Annie, I'm really looking forward to working with you and seeing everyone online.
Yeah, we'll chat with you soon.
Join us.
Thank you for listening to this Prevent Connect podcast. Prevent Connect is a project of the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault, with funding from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The views presented on Prevent Connect are not necessarily the views of the United States government, the CDC, or CALCASA. To learn more about Prevent Connect, visit www.preventconnect.org. For more information about CALCASA's mission or to show your support, visit calcasa.org. That's CALCASA.org.